I decided to do a sort of digital planner setup for the school year, as well as like a plan with me type of video. I know so many people have questions about like how do you get started with your digital planner, especially for the year, and there's so many people trying them out for the first time. So I wanted to kind of give you like a little bit of a walkthrough, how I set up my digital planner, and then like how I plan for a week. A little bit about me. I do teach 5th grade math in Southeast Louisiana. We have a little over a month left of summer, but I have like a few vacations planned in the next month, as well as I'm moving to a different school, so I need to set up my classroom. And I just want to make sure that I'm spending my time wisely this summer, so I've kind of chained out different weeks to have certain things done. So this week I decided to set up my planner for the year and just kind of paste some things out for the year and just kind of show you how I get started. So with that being said, I have a few things that I'm going to be using to plan out, especially my first weeks. We'll see how far we get. I don't want to make this a super boring, long video. But just to kind of get started, I have some of my curriculum books. We do use Eureka Math Squared. So this is going to be our second year using Eureka Math Squared, which is the newer version of Eureka Math, or maybe Engage New York. I used Eureka Math for 5 years, and then 4 or 5. And then we switched to Squared this year. But I have been teaching 5th grade math for 12 years. So it's a little bit easier when you've been teaching the same thing. So I have, these are like student books. I like to look at student books. This is my teacher manual. I also have my iPad, obviously, for my digital planner. I have my district's kind of pacing guide to kind of do that. And then in my school bag, which I just got, my friend Macy from Lemon Made Designs made this. You can go find her, lemonmadebaby.com. But in here I have my notebook where I'm kind of gonna take notes as I go throughout the year. Yes, I'm a digital planner girl, but some things I do like to write down. And then I have my notebook that I do like business ideas, I jot it down, and then I have like my laptop sleeve. So I have all that ready to go, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm going to have my computer up, obviously, as well as my planner, and then I'm gonna have a few other things. Just try to give you an overhead look. Your planning may not look like my planning, but if you can get something from this video that you didn't know before, that would be great. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so basically what I wanna do is show you how I get my digital planner from my computer to my iPad, and then we'll kind of go from there. I think I got everything together so where I'm not like running all over into different bags, because I did bring some things home from school, but not all things. So I'm just going to plan with what I have just to give you an idea. I will say that this specific planner that I'm using does not come in Google Slides, but I have at least 10 other planners that come in Google Slides. I have this layout of planner in a different color scheme that comes in Google Slides, and you can do all of these things through Google Slides as well. You're planning, you're linking everything. So don't think you need an iPad. That's definitely not the case. I still kind of do paper planning and digital. I do a little bit of a mixture, I'll be honest. But when it comes to documenting my small groups, my grade book, and everything like that, I do keep it digital. So that is way easier. And I'm going to show you in a little bit, there's a form that I kind of keep every school year trying to figure out what in the world to do the first day of school. Anyways, so I'm going to come here to this, I want the July-June layout for 23-24, and when it opens, it's going to come in Dropbox. This is the planner. So I want to click download, and it's going to download here. When I open it, I want to send it to my planner. To my iPad. Now you could do that a couple different ways. You could save it to your Google Drive, whatever you want to do, but I just airdrop it. Oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. There it is. So there we go. It's going to come to my iPad. So as you can see, as soon as it comes to my iPad, it says airdrop. Do you want to open it with Goodnotes? I also have Notability, but you can save it in your files or Dropbox, all of that. So I'm going to click open with Goodnotes. And this is the name of it. I want to change the name because I want this to be my planner, and I I have tons of planners on my iPad. So I want to change the name to, okay. And then you want to make sure you hit import as new document. So after you do that, it will bring it up. So let me make this bigger. So that way you can see what's going on. Okay. So my planner is ready to go. I do have some of my planning documents, so that way I can kind of get started. First thing I'm going to do is work on just setting up my planner. So I'm going to do that by putting my name on the first page. Now I do use some fonts that I purchased. Sorry, the wind is like picking up outside. I do use some fonts that I purchased off of Teachers Pay Teachers, but you can get some online. So basically the fonts that I used, I downloaded them with iFont, which is an app, and then you can get them in here. So this is the one that I want for my title. So I'm gonna click on the text box, tap for the text box. Okay. Then I'm gonna come and write my name. Oh, come on now, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to lasso, resize it. We'll do it like that. That's cute. And then I also want to change the color. So I'm gonna do this purple. Okay, and then as you go through, if I wanted to use this again, I would just come, circle, tap, copy, go to the next page, hold down, and paste. Oop, I drew. I'm gonna move it. I could even go this way if I wanted to. And then I can come down here, and if I want to put 5th grade math, I could do that too. Okay. All right. So now that you watch me do that for way too long, let's go ahead and go through. Be mindful, I have video tutorials linked here, frequently asked questions. Hopefully that makes it a lot easier. And then after that, I have your kind of year at a glance. So this is something I use to refer to throughout the year as I'm planning. So you can do that. Now, remember, all these are linked to your months. You have your home cover right there. Then you also have your index linked with all of your different forms. You have your to-do list, and then stickers. Stickers are not included in this planner because it is so cheap. Because I wanted you to have the option. Some people don't even need stickers. This is basically a really thinned down version of a planner. Some people get overwhelmed when they have too much. So this is just a thinned down version. So I didn't want to put too much in it that you didn't need, that you're paying for you didn't need. So you can actually, the sticker book is bundled with it for cheaper, and you could put the sticker book behind it if you want inside of your planner, or keep it separate. I just like to have it separate. I don't know. I just like to have separate. Anyways, all right, so let's go back to the beginning. We got that. So now we're going to go through and look at the different forms, and they have the lesson plans. I do not use these lesson plan forms. I only teach one subject to 3 different classes. Last year I started off with one subject, and then we lost a teacher because of budget cuts. So I had to take on, no, it was because of our numbers. I had to take on another subject. So I was now teaching math and social studies. So I had to kind of change up the way I was using my planner. Doesn't matter. If you want to use this section, just pick whichever form you think is best for you. And then I would just duplicate that page as many times as you want. And then you can leave it behind the lesson plan section. So that way when you go, it'll have your plan. So I don't use the lesson plan section. I use the weekly ones that are behind the months, because this is just, it just works out better for me. So you have all that. As far as your standards, I usually just go and screenshot my standards and put them here. So I'll actually go ahead and do that now. That may be a little bit boring, so I might like fast forward through that part. So now that I have those kind of screenshot as images on my planner, I could either put them on this page really small and then just have to zoom in, or I would use duplicates of this page, which is probably what I would do. Now, usually I have this done from year to year, so I just copy and paste from one planner to the other, but I want to actually show you how to do this. So we're going to duplicate this page because a lot of people don't know how to do that. So to do that, you're going to come up here to the little icon button, which I like to call it a waffle, even though it's not what a waffle looks like. And you are going to select the page I was just on, and then you want to copy. Okay. Then you're going to come to the arrow again, and you're going to add page after, and you're going to click the paste page. So now it's made another one, and what's good is it doesn't mess up your links. So I'm probably going to need like 3 of these, 3 or 4. I don't remember how many times to screenshot. Okay. And then when you close it, all of your links are still going to work. So now I have all these standards pages. All right. So let's go back to the beginning, and I'm going to start inserting them. So I'm going to come here. Oh, and then I need to click on the first one that was here. Okay, and I'm going to crop this because I don't want all that top stuff. Now, recap. I've inserted all of my standards. If I come here to my index standards, I have them all ready to go right here. My algebraic and operations, thinking, number, space, tens, fractions, measurement, and data. Have all that ready to go. And when you zoom in, it's nice and clear, even if it looks kind of, you know. So let's go back here. Passwords, I'm not going to put that. Schedule, I don't have my schedule yet, which it's normal in my district to not get it to like the day before. I have an idea, but I don't plan based around my schedule. I try not to put time frames in it because that's just too much. My grade book, I can't do anything with that, but I have that ready to go. Oh, I could probably fill out this right here. All right, so that's ready to go. So now whenever I click, it'll bring me to block 1. I can put their names. Block 2, it'll put their names and so on for all 3 blocks. I'm not sure if this school that I'm going to wants us to track conduct like this, but if they do, I'm going to have math block 1 conduct. So got that ready to go for my grade book. Daily checklist, don't need that just yet. Weekly checklist, don't need that just yet. Student information, communication, don't need any of that. Professional development. Okay, so I think we're ready to go ahead and set up August. One thing you can do is put in your district calendar and just like a screenshot of it. I don't want to put that in there because security reasons, I guess. But you can absolutely just copy and paste that somewhere, especially where it comes to your schedule. You have a daily schedule, special schedule, and then a blank one. So here's probably where I would put my district schedule, calendar, and then just screenshot it. Same thing I do with the daily schedule. Whatever my school gives me, I just screenshot it and put it right here. Okay, so let's go back to August. And we want to start setting up. So my district, the teachers go back on the 3rd, and then students start on the 7th. So I'm going to go ahead and start setting this up and not talk. So let's do that. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have for right now. Just basic different things that I know is going to be important. I'm going to add as I get a calendar for my school year. Also, this would be when I go through all my months of the year and put holidays for my entire district. So that way I have that ready to go. And inside, I don't want to bore you and do that the entire time. But I did put even something for my kid because his first day of school is the Wednesday after mine. So this is all things you can go in and put. I don't want to bore you to death by watching me do that. So now what I want to get to is the planning section. So again, this is when I start school and then my students come here. So I kind of want to explain how I set up this week. The first day of school, I'm just going to be honest, I don't like the first day of school. I much rather fast forward to the part where we can just get ready to do things normally and start teaching. That's what I like. I hate teaching rules and procedures. Don't get me wrong. We do rules and procedures and my kids know what's expected of them, but I hate going over it and over it and over it. So the first day of school is not my favorite. So I'm going to put some things that I do for the first day, but then I'm going to show you how I branch this off on a normal week. So, for example, well, let's just go to this second full week of school so that way you can see kind of how I set up a week that isn't the first week of school. So, I teach just math. With that being said, I teach math to 3 different classes. They're all going to get the same lesson. What's going to change is their small groups, so that's going to be different. I do have a small group section, but that kind of just put like an overview, especially because the first week of school, I don't know them. I don't know what they know, especially going to a new school. So I'm going to section this off. This part right here is going to be any kind of notes about the day. That was convenient. So we'll come here, take this, and I'm going to paste it up at the top. So like if I have duty, if there's an assembly, a field trip, that's going in this first box going down here. After that, I have my math lesson. So I'm going to put that. Nope, go back here. Come back here to math. Oops. And I'm going to copy that. Paste. So that's going here. Okay. And then after that, I have my math groups. Paste that. So that's my basic setup. So this is kind of what I use every week. Sometimes I don't have anything in the notes. Sometimes I do. If I want to use this layout every single week and I don't want to have to insert these stickers every week, I'm going to come here and lasso all of these, tap, copy, go to the next page. We're going to hold down on the screen, paste. Oops. Okay, let's get off of the pen. And then go back here. So we're good to go. Why did that move? So that's basically it. So now let's go ahead and start planning. So first day of school, my motto for the first day of school is the more things you plan, the less things you need. So I have a kind of go-to list that I use every year. And it's kind of like just a bunch of first day of school activities that I use. I plan for all of them. I usually don't need all of them, but I'd rather have more things because, again, I hate the first day of school. It's just like so awkward and boring. So this is kind of what I use. So these are the things that I would do in the first day of school. So I'm going to write a few of those. Again, you can use the text if you want. So we're going to go ahead and steal the sticker, first of all, from here. Copy. Okay, so I pretty much have the first day of school all listed out. So what is cool about this is I can link to these activities if they're in my Google Drive. So by just selecting it, oh, gotta go back to the toolbar. Okay, and then I want to press the link, and then once I have the link from my Google Drive, I'll just paste it right there, so that way it's good to go, so that way I click on it. So let's see if we can find something in my drive. Just there we go. Copy link, come back to your Goodnotes, and there we go. You want to link settings. I want all of this gone. Okay. So now whenever I'm here, I can click and it will bring me to that spot. So you have that link. You can link anything that is like external. So I have that ready to go. So now, when it comes to the rest of the week, if I look at my, facing at my district main, we're working on, well, that's terrible, module 1, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2 and 3, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and write those things in that I need for this week. Now, I will tell you our first couple lessons are not that intense, so we can do other things like getting them into Google Classroom during small group time, because it's kind of just a basic getting started. So don't think after day 1 I'm not doing any rules and procedures. I kind of weasel that in during our small group time after our lesson. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that up. Another thing I usually do is link the writing to the different PowerPoints I have. So for example, I did handwriting, so like I'm not going to go back and change all of that. So what I do is I come and I insert the word slideshow. All right. So then I want to make that a link. So I'm going to go back to my Google Drive, find my slideshow. Lesson 1. Here it is. I'm going to copy the link, come back to my Goodnotes, and I'm going to select it, go back, link. For this, use your finger. Like when I try to use my pen, I mess it up every time. So I'm going to select it all, hold down. Come on now. Okay, and I want to paste. Okay, so now you can resize this to where it's bigger if you want. Change the color. So this is my slideshow. So I don't want to remake that like every single day. So I'm going to select it, copy it, and I'm going to paste it throughout the week. And then all I have to do is just go in and change the link. There we go, paste and match style. All right. So now I have module 1 linked. We just saw us link that. So now I'm gonna module 2 and 3. I'm combining lessons that day, so I might need 2 slideshows. I'm gonna come back to my Google Drive, lesson 2, copy link, link settings. So then the next week, you can just copy this word slideshow, but it's ready to go. You can just change the link each time. So let's say you are presenting from your iPad. You have your iPad screen to the board or plugged into the board. You could easily just get to it that way. So you want to make sure you're not in the pin mode whenever you're trying to click on the link. So when you click on it, you want to, yes, go to it. And it's going to open up module 1, lesson 2, lesson 1, whatever I did. I don't even remember which one I clicked on, but you get the idea. So you'll have that ready to go. You want to make sure that when you're doing the link, you're getting rid of the old one before before you paste the new one. But you get it. So that way you have all your slideshows linked right here and you don't have to worry about changing it each week and retyping that. So you can hurry up and write if you want and then change that after. So this is what I do here. So now that's what I do for my planning on my planner. So now for my students, I have what's called a daily assignment slide, and you kind of saw that briefly. Let me go back to my drive here. So this is my one from last year, so I'll show you that. For example, every day they have something linked and it's ready to go. I want to make sure there's no student names. Okay, so this is in my Google Classroom. Every day they have exactly what we're doing. So when I taught 2 subjects, I had one for math and one for social studies. So last year I taught math and social studies. This is called my daily assignments. Check the daily assignments. They know exactly what that was. This was my math one, and then they had a social studies one. If we're in math, then you go to the math one. If we're in social studies time, then it's all there. So I have everything linked right there. If it's something they need to click on, like a worksheet in Google Classroom, I link it here. I copy the link from Google Classroom here. So this will bring them to Google Classroom, but they're not having to look through Google Classroom to find. I tell my students if it's numbered, then that's the order of importance. If it's bulleted, it means choose one. So they know the difference. They know when there's a test coming up. They know if they missed something. If there's anything, if needed, then they know exactly what that means. They have their IXL skills. Let's try to see if they have something else for the, okay, so this was like my first week of school. I started with simple bell ringers. I had some early finishers, their exit tickets. Everything is linked. You can't see it right here, but it had a bell ringer and you could click on that link because I couldn't fit it all. So everything throughout. And then as you can see, as we started taking tests and there were people that didn't finish things, I had a slideshow within, and I don't want to click on it because I have students' names, but I had a slideshow that me and my partner shared, and she would list any tests that weren't finished, you were absent, makeups, and I would do the same thing. So there was a constant live document the students could click on from my daily assignments, go straight to it, see they need to do it, let me know they need to work on it. As you can see, I also would link my newsletter here. So this was like a dashboard. They didn't need to go anywhere else in Google Classroom. Everything was linked here. Don't go searching through Google Classroom for the newsletter. It's going to be linked right here. So usually after I'm finished planning on my iPad or, submitting for my school, I come here and I link everything. This is kind of a basic outline of what we're doing for the week, makes it easier. My students know, okay, today's module 4, lesson 9 through 13 review. Today is module 4, lesson 14. So when they're doing their homework, they know which page it is. If they come in late and we're all working in our workbook, they know exactly where to go in their workbook because the daily assignments is it's not the Bible, but it's the math handbook. So they know exactly where to go. So let's go back to our planner, make sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted to show you guys. Now for the My Tab sections, what I like to set up is we have different committees. So I'm going to a different school, so I haven't really signed up for committees yet, but I usually make a tab for committees. I usually make a tab for different curriculum documents. So you saw like on the state website, I have tons of different documents. I'll usually just screenshot them, put them there because if I'm somewhere where I don't have internet or where's that? Or if I don't want to go searching through it, I'm going to have them all right here. I also do we have an assessment checklist when we're creating assessments for our school to turn them in. We have a checklist we need to go through. So I like that easily accessible. So I usually put that there in one of these tabs. And then sometimes I just have different things that come out throughout the year, projects that I do here, and I'll just make a whole tab for it. When it comes to the notes section, I usually duplicate these pages whenever we have a faculty meeting and just keep those notes there. Sometimes I put them before the page. I'm sorry, I'll insert a screenshot of the notes if they give us any, real small right there. But also, I didn't even click on it, but if you click here, it will bring you to that page from the calendar. So if you're planning and you want that week, click over here on the side and it will bring you to that week. And then also I decided to add weekends here, but this was the biggest thing I wanted to show you is that you can link your different documents. So let's say it's not just a slideshow. Maybe it's a worksheet. Maybe it's a Google Classroom assignment. You can link that all right here and it's ready to go. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Yearly plans. That's what I wanted to do. Duh. So I'm going to go back to my yearly pacing for my district. And we have it kind of laid out like this. You have all your different weeks. And when we do that, so I'll probably lay that out next. And I do just basic, different topics, the chapters, I guess you could call it. And it's really simple. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of just went through and laid out my different topics that I teach throughout the year, just for like an overview, so that way it's ready to go. I'm probably also going to take a picture of this on my iPad and then insert it really small right here, so that way when you zoom in, you'll see it. Let me do that and show you how you do that exactly. So you're going to come here. You're going to act like you're going to insert a picture. But then you're going to click on the camera. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture. Okay, so I took a picture, hard for you to see. You get the point. It's because I'm really still in the classroom and not perfecting my YouTube-ness. All right, so I'm going to click Use Photo. You can always crop it. You don't want all of that. Okay, and then I'm going to make it really small. Put it up here. So that way if I want to see it, I can just zoom in. Look how clear it is. So what I'd probably do is come here and put district pacing. So that way I know what this is. But then I'll put the other 2 pages, so that way when I zoom in, it's all right here. Any curriculum documents you don't want to have paper versions of, I would highly suggest just inserting a picture of it. Makes it much easier. And then it's not blurry whenever you, no matter how small you make it, it's not blurry whenever you zoom out. So that's basically it for all I can do right now until I attend some meetings for my new school, see what committees I'm on, what my schedule looks like, and all the different time frames. But I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in this planner, it is available in my TPT shop, my Etsy shop, the daily assignment slides as well. Not here. The daily assignment slides are also available in my shop right here. It comes with the digital stickers, so, or you can get them with the digital stickers, so that way you can link them. But this is what I use every day. So as you can see, this was last year's, all ready to go. It tells them exactly what they need to do. And then as I'm working on the next week, I hide it behind this black box. And then when the next week comes up, I just move the box and then that you can see it. But that makes it a little bit more easier. So I hope this was helpful and not too boring. Sorry, I looked at the top of my head while I was planning so much, which, yeah. Sorry. I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer.